Every 17 minutes, a senior suffers a stroke in their bathroom, and most never see it coming. What if I told you the place you visit 6 to 8 times daily could be silently increasing your stroke risk by 300%? Right now, as you're watching this, millions of seniors are unknowingly performing 4 deadly bathroom habits that are literally rewiring their blood vessels for disaster. The scariest part? Your doctor probably never warned you about these. In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to reveal these hidden dangers that could save your life, or the life of someone you love. Because what happens in your bathroom doesn't stay in your bathroom when it comes to your brain. Meet Patricia, a vibrant 72-year-old retired high school English teacher who spent 40 years shaping young minds. She's the proud grandmother of 4 energetic grandchildren who visit every weekend, and she still volunteers at her local library twice a week. Patricia always prided herself on being independent and healthy, taking her daily walks, cooking nutritious meals, and maintaining her beautiful garden. But last Tuesday morning, what started as her normal bathroom routine nearly ended her life forever. As she sat there, doing what seemed like the most natural thing in the world, Patricia had no idea that her innocent daily bathroom habits had become a ticking time bomb. The 4 seemingly harmless routines she'd been following for decades were silently setting the stage for a massive stroke. Within minutes, her world would be turned upside down, and it could happen to you too. If this story resonates with you or reminds you of someone you care about, please hit that like button and subscribe for more life-saving health advice specifically designed for seniors like Patricia and like you. Habit number 1, the dangerous strain. Patricia's biggest enemy wasn't age or genetics, it was something far more common and seemingly innocent. Like 40% of seniors, Patricia struggled with constipation. It had become her daily battle, starting with her morning routine. She'd sit there for 10, sometimes 15 minutes, bearing down with increasing frustration and force. "Come on," she'd whisper to herself, straining harder each time. What started as mild discomfort had evolved into a dangerous ritual she performed multiple times daily. What Patricia didn't realize was that she was performing something doctors call the Valsalva maneuver, forcefully exhaling while keeping her mouth and nose closed. Think of it like trying to pop your ears on an airplane, but much more intense and dangerous. Every time she strained, she was essentially creating a pressure cooker inside her chest and head. The harder she pushed, the more deadly it became. Here's the terrifying science. When you strain like Patricia did, your blood pressure doesn't just rise slightly. It can skyrocket by 60 to 80 points in seconds. Imagine your normal blood pressure is 130/80. During intense straining, it can surge to 200/140 or higher. This massive spike forces your heart to work overtime while simultaneously reducing blood flow to your brain. It's like stepping on the gas and brake of your car at the same time. But here's where it gets deadly for seniors specifically. As we age, our blood vessels become less flexible, like old garden hoses that crack under pressure. When Patricia's blood pressure spiked during straining, those rigid vessels in her brain were being pushed beyond their breaking point. The force was literally tearing at the delicate networks that keep her brain functioning. One morning, instead of relief, she felt a sharp dizziness and had to grip the bathroom wall to keep from falling. The medical term for this is defecation syncope, and it sends thousands of seniors to emergency rooms every year. Many never make it there alive. The warning signs are unmistakable. Dizziness after straining, seeing spots or stars, feeling lightheaded, experiencing a sudden crushing headache, or feeling your heart racing. These aren't just uncomfortable moments, they're your brain and heart crying out for help before something catastrophic happens. Studies show that seniors who strain regularly during bowel movements are 300% more likely to experience cardiovascular events, including strokes and heart attacks. The bathroom literally becomes a danger zone where everyday bodily functions turn into life-threatening situations. Have you ever felt dizzy after straining in the bathroom? If so, you've experienced exactly what Patricia did, a mini-stroke warning that most people completely ignore. Share your experience in the comments below because recognizing these signs could save your life or help you save someone else's. Habit number 2, the hot water trap. Patricia's second deadly habit seemed like pure luxury, her love affair with scalding hot showers. After decades of teaching rowdy teenagers, those steamy, almost burning showers were her sanctuary. She'd turned that handle as far right as it would go, creating a bathroom sauna that fogged every mirror. The hotter, the better, she'd tell her daughters who worried about her reddened skin after each shower. What felt like heaven was actually pushing her body toward a medical emergency. Here's what Patricia never understood about hot water and senior bodies. When you expose yourself to extreme heat, your blood vessels don't just relax, they dilate dramatically. Think of your circulatory system like a network of highways. Hot water forces these highways to suddenly expand to twice their normal width. While this sounds good in theory, for seniors it creates a dangerous domino effect that can trigger strokes within minutes. When Patricia stepped into her 110-degree shower, water hot enough to brew tea, her blood vessels immediately began expanding. This process, called vasodilation, causes blood pressure to plummet rapidly. Imagine a garden hose suddenly expanding from half an inch to 2 inches wide. The water pressure drops dramatically. The same thing happens in your body, but your brain desperately needs consistent blood pressure to function properly. For seniors, this creates a perfect storm. Our hearts are already working harder as we age, and sudden blood pressure drops force the heart to frantically pump faster to maintain circulation to vital organs. Meanwhile, the brain, sitting at the top of your body like a demanding CEO, starts sending distress signals when it doesn't receive adequate blood flow. This is when seniors collapse in showers, often with fatal consequences. Patricia discovered this danger the hard way. 3 months ago, during her typical morning ritual, she was luxuriating in her near-scalding shower when suddenly the bathroom started spinning. Her knees buckled and she grabbed the shower bar just in time to prevent a devastating fall. The dizziness was so intense she had to sit on the shower floor for 10 minutes, gasping and confused. Her skin was lobster red, her heart was racing, and she felt nauseous for hours afterward. What Patricia experienced was a transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke triggered by the dramatic blood pressure fluctuation from her hot shower. The hot water had caused such severe vasodilation that her brain temporarily lost adequate blood supply. She was literally one heartbeat away from a full stroke that could have left her paralyzed or worse. The medical research is startling. Seniors who regularly take showers above 104 degrees Fahrenheit are 250% more likely to experience cardiovascular events. The combination of heat, steam and enclosed spaces creates conditions that overwhelm aging cardiovascular systems. Emergency rooms see a spike in senior shower-related incidents, with many victims found unconscious on bathroom floors. But here's the insidious part. This habit feels so good that most seniors never connect their post-shower dizziness, fatigue or headaches to the water temperature. The safe shower temperature for seniors should never exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit, warm enough to be comfortable, but not so hot that it triggers dangerous vasodilation. Patricia now uses a shower thermometer and has discovered that slightly cooler showers actually leave her feeling more energized and alert. What's your ideal shower temperature? Are you, like Patricia was, addicted to scalding hot water? Drop a comment below and let us know. Your answer might reveal whether you're unknowingly putting yourself at risk for a stroke every time you shower. Habit number 3, the sudden stand-up. Patricia's third dangerous habit was something she'd done thousands of times without a second thought: the quick stand-up from the toilet. After sitting for several minutes, she'd simply pop up and head to the sink, never imagining that this split-second movement was setting her up for a catastrophic fall. Like most seniors, Patricia had developed what doctors call orthostatic hypertension, a condition where blood pressure drops dangerously when changing positions too quickly. Here's the deadly science behind what Patricia didn't know. When you sit for extended periods, especially on the toilet, blood pools in your lower extremities due to gravity. Your heart adjusts to this sitting position, pumping at a steady, comfortable rate. But when you suddenly stand up, your cardiovascular system needs precious seconds to redirect blood flow upward to your brain. For seniors, this adjustment period can be fatally delayed. Think of your circulatory system like an old elevator that takes time to reach different floors. When Patricia stood up quickly, she was essentially asking her aging heart to instantly pump blood against gravity to reach her brain. A journey of nearly 4 feet upward. Her 72-year-old cardiovascular system simply couldn't keep up with her sudden movements, creating moments where her brain was essentially starved of oxygen-rich blood. The tragic incident happened on a quiet Sunday morning. Patricia had been sitting on the toilet for about 8 minutes, dealing with her ongoing constipation issues. Frustrated and running late for church, she stood up rapidly and took 2 quick steps toward the bathroom sink. Without warning, the room went black. She crashed backward, her head striking the ceramic toilet tank with a sickening thud that her neighbour heard through the thin apartment walls. When Patricia regained consciousness 3 minutes later, she was lying in a pool of blood, confused and terrified. The fall had opened a 4-inch gash on the back of her head and bruised her tailbone severely. But the real damage was internal. The sudden blood pressure drop had temporarily cut off circulation to her brain, causing what medical professionals call a pre-syncope episode that easily could have triggered a full stroke. Emergency room doctors explained that Patricia's blood pressure had plummeted from 135/80 while sitting to 85/50 within seconds of standing, a drop severe enough to cause immediate unconsciousness. This dramatic fluctuation puts enormous stress on the brain's delicate blood vessels, often causing them to rupture or become blocked. Patricia was incredibly fortunate that her fall didn't result in a stroke, brain hemorrhage or broken hip that could have ended her independence forever. Research shows that orthostatic hypertension affects up to 30% of seniors over 70, yet most are completely unaware they have this condition until they experience a serious fall. The bathroom environment makes this exponentially more dangerous. Hard ceramic surfaces, confined spaces, and the privacy that delays help when accidents occur. The solution is surprisingly simple but requires discipline. Patricia now follows what her doctor calls the 3-step safety method. First, she sits still for 30 seconds after finishing, allowing her circulation to stabilize. Second, she slowly moves to the edge of the toilet seat and pauses for another 15 seconds, letting her body begin adjusting to the position change. Finally, she stands up gradually, while holding onto a grab bar, taking a full 10 seconds to reach her complete upright position. This method has eliminated Patricia's dizzy spells entirely and gives her cardiovascular system time to properly redirect blood flow. She's installed sturdy grab bars at strategic locations and now approaches every position change with patience and respect for her body's limitations. Since implementing these changes, Patricia hasn't experienced a single episode of dizziness or lightheadedness in the bathroom. Her confidence has returned, and she no longer fears those necessary trips that once felt like walking through a minefield. But the next habit is what her cardiologist called the silent killer. A seemingly innocent routine that's responsible for more senior strokes than the other 3 habits combined. This one will shock you because it's something almost every senior does multiple times each night. Habit number 4, the midnight rush. Patricia's fourth and most dangerous habit happened in the darkness of night, the unprepared midnight bathroom rush. Like 80% of seniors, Patricia woke up 2 to 3 times nightly with urgent bathroom needs. Scene 2, the deadly nighttime trips. Half asleep and desperate for relief, she'd stumble through the dark hallway, never realizing that these seemingly innocent nighttime trips were creating the perfect conditions for a devastating stroke. Here's why nighttime bathroom visits are so deadly for seniors. During sleep, your body naturally becomes dehydrated as you lose fluids through breathing and sweating. Simultaneously, many senior medications, blood pressure pills, diuretics and sleep aids reach peak concentration in your bloodstream during nighttime hours. This creates a toxic combination where your blood becomes thicker while your blood pressure fluctuates wildly, turning every midnight bathroom trip into a potential medical emergency. Patricia's wake-up routine was textbook dangerous. At 2 a.m., her bladder would demand attention. Still groggy from sleep and eager to return to bed quickly, she'd leap up from her mattress and hurry down the hallway in complete darkness. Her body, transitioning from horizontal to vertical while severely dehydrated, would experience massive blood pressure swings that put enormous strain on her brain's delicate blood vessels. The compounding factors were invisible but lethal. Patricia took 3 medications that affected her cardiovascular system, a blood pressure medication that peaked at 3 a.m., a diuretic that had been draining fluids from her system for hours, and a mild sleep aid that slowed her reflexes and dulled her awareness of warning signs. When she stood up quickly in her dehydrated state, her blood pressure would spike dramatically as her heart struggled to pump thickened blood through constricted vessels. The near-fatal incident occurred on a Tuesday night in January. Patricia woke at 2:17 a.m. with her usual urgent need. Without thinking, she threw off her covers and stood up rapidly, immediately feeling dizzy but attributing it to normal grogginess. As she reached the bathroom doorway, a crushing headache suddenly exploded behind her eyes. The pain was so intense she doubled over, gripping the doorframe as her vision became spotty, and her left arm began tingling ominously. What Patricia was experiencing was a hypertensive crisis. Her blood pressure had spiked to 210/120, putting her in immediate stroke territory. The combination of dehydration, medication effects, and sudden position changes had created a perfect storm inside her cardiovascular system. Her brain was being squeezed by dangerous pressure while simultaneously being starved of properly oxygenated blood. Fortunately, Patricia recognized something was seriously wrong. Instead of pushing through to the bathroom, she slowly lowered herself to the floor and called 911. Paramedics arrived within 8 minutes to find her blood pressure still dangerously elevated at 195/115. They administered emergency medication and rushed her to the hospital, where doctors confirmed she'd been minutes away from a major stroke. Hospital tests revealed that Patricia's nighttime dehydration was so severe that her blood had become syrupy thick, while her medications had created dramatic blood pressure fluctuations throughout the night. Dr. Martinez, her cardiologist, explained that seniors who make unprepared nighttime bathroom trips are 400% more likely to experience strokes between midnight and 6 a.m., the period medical professionals call the danger hours. The solution requires preparation that most seniors never consider. Patricia now keeps a large water bottle beside her bed and drinks 4 to 6 ounces before any nighttime bathroom trip, helping to thin her blood and stabilize her circulation. She installed motion-activated nightlights that eliminate stumbling in darkness, and she follows a mandatory 2-minute preparation routine before getting out of bed. Her new nighttime protocol includes sitting on the edge of her bed for 60 seconds to let her blood pressure adjust, drinking water to counteract dehydration, and moving slowly with deliberate pauses. She also adjusted her medication timing with her doctor's help, spacing out doses to minimize the overnight concentration peaks that were creating dangerous blood pressure swings. Since implementing these changes, Patricia's nighttime blood pressure readings have stabilized dramatically. Her sleep quality has improved because she no longer fears those necessary bathroom trips, and she hasn't experienced any dizziness or headaches during her nighttime routines. Medical research confirms that proper hydration and gradual position changes can reduce nighttime stroke risk by up to 75% in seniors. Yet most older adults continue these dangerous midnight rushes, completely unaware they're playing Russian roulette with their brain health multiple times every night. Do you prepare for nighttime bathroom visits, or do you rush through the darkness like Patricia used to? Share your nighttime routine in the comments below. Your habits might reveal whether you're unknowingly putting yourself at risk during those vulnerable midnight hours. 3 months after her terrifying wake-up call, Patricia's life has completely transformed. Her new bathroom routine isn't just safer. It's become a source of confidence and control she never expected. Gone are the days of straining, scalding showers, sudden movements and midnight rushes. Instead, Patricia follows a methodical approach that has literally saved her life. Her morning routine now includes fiber supplements and proper hydration to eliminate dangerous straining. She's discovered that warm, not hot, showers actually energize her more than those old scalding sessions ever did. Every position change is deliberate and gradual, giving her cardiovascular system time to adjust safely. Her nighttime preparation has become second nature, with water, lights and patience guiding every trip. But the real proof came at her 3-month checkup. Dr. Martinez couldn't hide his amazement as he reviewed Patricia's blood pressure logs. "In 30 years of practice, I've never seen such dramatic improvement," he told her, shaking his head in wonder. Her readings had stabilized at a healthy 125/78, numbers she hadn't seen in over a decade. The transformation goes beyond numbers. Patricia's energy levels have soared. Her sleep quality has improved dramatically, and most importantly, her fear of bathroom-related accidents has vanished. She's regained the independence and confidence that briefly slipped away during those dangerous months. Her family notices the change too. Her daughter remarks that Patricia moves with purpose and awareness now, no longer the hurried, stressed woman who once rushed through basic routines without thinking about the consequences. Patricia wants every senior watching this to know, you don't have to wait for a wake-up call like I did. These simple changes gave me my life back, and they can save yours too. If this video opened your eyes to hidden dangers you never knew existed, smash that like button right now. Share this with every senior in your life, your parents, grandparents, neighbors or friends. You could literally be saving someone's life by hitting that share button. Subscribe for more life-saving health advice that doctors often forget to tell